Today, we will learn how to deploy virtual machines on VMware vCenter using Ansible, which is free open source software for IT automation. Okay, moving on to the first slide, that is prerequisite. We need Ansible software on our machine. In case of Linux, we can just install it by executing apt-get install Ansible command. We need a vCenter, which is up and running, which means it is connected to ESXi host. We need OVF file, which is ISO image for our virtual machine, which we need to deploy. It could be Linux, Unix, Windows. We need a playbook, which is a text file in YAML format, and then it will contain different tasks which we want to execute. In our case, we just want to execute single task. And once we have everything, we just need to basically execute Ansible playbook command. Okay, let's have a quick look at the Ansible playbook for OVF deployment. It is in YAML format. The first entry is host. That is the place where we want to run this Ansible playbook. For my case, I want to run it my own machine. Then second thing is whether we want to gather information about target machine. In my case, it is false. I don't want any information for that. Then we can define the variables. So I have defined the Ansible Python interpreter variables, which is telling it to use Python 3. Then we define the tasks. We can give it any name. So I have used the name deploy OVA on vCenter. And important thing, it is using VMware deploy OVF module. More information is available over here. So in order to use this module, we need to provide some information for different variables. The first one is host name or IP of vCenter, then username password, which we require in order to connect to this vCenter, then the data center on which we want to deploy our virtual machine, EXI host name on which we want to deploy our virtual machine, whether we want to use certificates or not, the name of data center which our virtual machine will use, the actual name of virtual machine, which in my case would be Ansible Mufassil-1, the network mapping between OVF and vCenter, whether we want to power on or off virtual machine once it has been deployed, and most importantly, the location where this OVA file is present. And finally, whether we want to delegate this to some other machine, but in our case, we want to do it on our local host. Okay, let's go over to the demonstration. So in this case, I have logged into ESXi host, and let's see, and I am getting information about all VMs, if there is any virtual machine with the name of Mufassil present, and we can see there is no machine. Okay, let's start logging the creation of virtual machine. Okay, let's go to the Ansible. We can see the version, it is there. Okay, let's start the playbook. So actually what I have done is, first I have seen the version of Ansible, but it is there, and we can see it is 2.97. And the important thing which I want to highlight is that it is using Python 2.7.17. But within the playbook, if you will recall, I told it to use Python 7.0 using the variables. And then I started the deployment of that playbook by executing the command Ansible playbook and the name of the playbook. And I am using -vvv, which is verbosity if I really want to get the logs. If I am interested in logs, then I will use this -vv. Otherwise, I can omit this. And let's go back to the logs and see if something has happened on the ESX host. So we can see so far it has not deployed. No, we can see that it has started deploying the virtual machine. Okay, let's see if virtual machine is there. So I am telling it to give me the name of all virtual machine. If there is any virtual machine with the name of Mufassil, now we can see there is a virtual machine with the name of Mufassil. If we will go back to our original command, and over here, now we can see basically it was executed properly. There was one change, and it has actually created the virtual machine. I hope it is clear to everyone, and it is possible to create multiple virtual machines by using the same script and using the for loop. Thank you.